just really big going forward. So I'm looking forward to that for sure.
How impressive is it what he did last year, despite being so banged up?
I mean, no, it's really good. You know, I'm sure he's not happy or near satisfied with what he did, but you know, still playing on one leg. You know, he did a great job last year, doing, you know, just competing every game, every down he was in there, and doing what we needed him to do. You know, and just him coming back healthy, I'm just excited for what's in store for him.
He was saying you guys are really competitive, like everything you do.
Yeah.
What's that competition like with you four guys as far as, he was saying sprints and everything?
No, everything. We're always just really competitive, like, no matter what it is, like, you know, all of us, you know, not just the four front guys, but, you know, we obviously spend a lot of time with each other, but, you know, just the whole D-line in general, we're always competing. I'm always demanding the most out of the younger guys, you know, and then in turn, they're always looking at me like, no, you got, you know, you telling us to do it this way, so you got to do it this way. So it's just a lot of pressure, you know, and just holding, you know, each other accountable, holding each other to the standard. And just, you know, we just love to compete. Just guys who love the game, just love competition, just love everything, you know, just about the sport. So I mean, we're just gonna give it all on the field, and you know, no matter what it is, if we're playing video games, if we're, you know, racing, whatever, we're just gonna compete and we're gonna have fun with it.
I'm sure you've answered this, but any of the younger guys that have really stood out through the first 3 or 4 days?
Well, you know, just the young D-line. You know, they don't always know where they're going. They don't always know what they're doing, but you can just see, you know, the abilities there, and the will, and the want to, and the, you know, desire to get better, and desire to be great. You know, and it's pretty good, because I feel like when I was young, when I was their age, you know, they're kind of looking to me the same way I looked at Scott Pagano and Carlos and DJ, and just the way they played and how easy the game was, and like Rob Byers, all those guys, like just like, you know, like you look up to them and you're like, okay, like you just see the natural talent and ability, but not always the know-how and the why, the know why to do certain things, but you can see the will and the want to. Like, they're definitely getting after it. They're competitive. They get frustrated because they want to be great, you know, things like that. So you know, it's definitely just impressive to see and encouraging for sure.
Christian, I might be wrong on this, but you, Cleveland, Austin, and Albert were all part of the same class in 2015, right?
That's right. Yeah.
What kind of goals did y'all set for one another once you know, got to know each other and saw each other play on the field?
Really just like, we don't necessarily have specific goals for each other, but it's just like we know what we're capable of, and we all know what we can do and how great we all can be. So it really just keep holding each other to a high standard, and like you know, when say if Austin messes up in a play, you know, or he gets beat by a tackle, you know, I'll get into Austin like, you know, you better than that, like, you know, rise above, you know, whatever. That, just using him as an example, and then he knows like, okay, I got you, like I got your back, no matter how I deliver it, or no matter, you know, it's me, vice versa, same thing. Like, you know, if I get beat by a guard, you know, he's gonna let me know about it and be like, Christian, you know, you better than that sort of thing. Just having that camaraderie too, that's all good. We could take, you know, whatever from each other, you know, and just really just go with it.
I know you do, like, the things that you've achieved and the things that people are calling you guys the best D-line ever. Does that feel a little bit cooler knowing that it's all with guys that you came into school with?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool, whatever, but we're not satisfied. You know, we still want more. We still got the desire to be great and be our best. So I mean, again, it's something you look back on and be like, yeah, we really, like, that was a great time. Like, we really, like, when it's all said and done, maybe we'll take a second to reflect and look back. But right now, we're just trying to grind. We're just trying to get each other better, you know, and just be the best we can.
I know the team is first and foremost for you, but you're on just about every watch list. Somehow the Bolitnikov people missed out on you, but just from a personal standpoint, do you have any personal goals for this season, just in terms of any awards or like sack totals, tackles for?
That's something, again, like, that's something I never like to focus on. You know, when it's numerical, like when you focus on like, oh, I need to have this many sacks, and I need to have this many TFLs, or I want this award. You know, that, you know, you can't focus on the big picture. You got to focus on the little things. So my goals are not that specific. You know, they're a little more general. Like, just being positive every day in practice, like having the right mindset, coming to, you know, it's like, you know, just little things like that. Just, you know, goals of improving like the little things of my area, like areas of my game, my technique that needs to polish. You know, so. Like, if I take care of those things, the rest, everything else will come into fruition. Like, it's cool that, you know, people got me on these watch lists, all these preseason things. I mean, that's all past performance, you know, and I know there's another level I can get to, and a better level I can perform at. So.
Thanks, I know,
Journey.
Can't argue with that. I know you guys, you in particular, will give a little ribbing to the freshmen.
You said what?
You'll rib the freshmen a little bit. Have you done that with Trevor, and how does he respond to it?
I mean, yeah, like I do certain things here and there to the young guys just to make sure their minds right, see where they're at. But I mean, all of them respond to it, and pretty much the guys all know it's just me. It's just what I do, so they don't take it personal. But it's good to see some of the guys like come back at me a little bit. You just want I'd like to just test and see who got that dog in them a little bit, and none of them was back down, which is cool to see, which is fun. Which is definitely encouraging. Like they like to compete, they like to have fun. That's what I like a lot about this team. Just guys who like to compete, and love the game and enjoy it. So.
Dexter was saying that he's usually more of an observer, but he was sort of goofy with us today. He seemed a little more confident. Have y'all kind of cracked his code a little bit? I mean,
no, that's true about Dex. He definitely, I've definitely seen that growth over the years. Like he's definitely just more of the quiet kind of dude. Definitely just sits back, he'll laugh or whatever, and just let everybody else cut up and do their thing. But I mean, yeah, he's definitely come out more, of a shell and just like at least meeting people initially and things like that. He's just more comfortable, and more confident with himself. So that's definitely something I've seen with him.
He said even now, like you guys will be out in the practice field, and it'll kind of dawn on him as you guys are kind of competing against each other how much the two of you have meant to each other in terms of pushing each other and getting better. I mean, can you kind of put into perspective where your game might be if you hadn't been lined up next to Dexter the last couple of years?
It's definitely just like I know I've been a big part of it. No arrogance. I know I've been a big part in his life and in his development, but he's meant just as much to me, if not more. I mean, on the personal side, I've never had a little brother, and he's been like under my wing, ever since he got here, and he's just like. He embraced that, just being, my little brother, and he's just so much. He's the big brother in his family situation. So
you're the only person who's ever called him little anything.
Yeah, so. I know, but like it's funny. He's the big brother in his situation. So like at certain times, he kind of has to check me even, and like Christian, all right, like grow up, or like like you shouldn't be doing. So just things on and off the field. He just means a lot for me, and just Dex has almost flawless technique. It is ridiculous. As big as he is, just has great technique. He's not just powering guys. That's probably all you guys can see and notice, but like he has great technique, and I'm always trying to work with him. I'm like, okay, what did you see here? And he's a smart, he has a very high IQ for a football player, and just his mind, in the game is ridiculous. So that's, me where I can rely on my athleticism a little bit more. I'm like, okay, how do you see this? Or like, what did you do? Or like, I take little tips and things like that from him. To where he can explain things and like, really help me. So he's been a big part of my, football development, and not only that, but just, just my life off the field. So.
What about the development of your other little brother, Jordan Williams?
Oh yeah, Jordan's another one. Dexter's my firstborn son. Jordan's my secondborn. And like when I look at Jordan, I just see someone who could just be, just really just. I mean, he could be a really great player. So I'm always on him. Because young guys tend to do things wrong and just tend to like get discouraged, but I'm always on him, telling them and challenging them to be great, because I can see that in him. His game is can be somewhere in between, like a mix between like me and Carlos or something like that. Like that's what I kind of see when I see Jordan. And I'm just trying to bring that out of him. He'll be a guy who's going to be here at Clemson for a little while. He's going to be a good player for us, and I'm just trying to get him there. I love that kid. I have nothing but good things to say about him. And he's embraced it too. Just being under my wing and taking everything I throw at him. I mean, he gets frustrated with me at times, but he embraces it, and he knows it's all because I love him, and so. That's our relationship.
Do you think having played both end and tackle has really helped you with him making that transition?
Yeah, like because and even like him, he played end pretty much a lot in high school, and he had that mindset coming in. I played end all in high school and everything too, and just the adjustment and playing against bigger guys, bigger, stronger, faster guys. It's a big jump coming into college. And so, I'm really just trying to help him there. He has a lot of natural tools and abilities that that kind of helps him. That could really help him in the interior, where he's playing, that all the stuff he learned at end, you can see he's pretty well coached and has a lot of natural tools that he could bring to the interior. So, I mean, just try to, help him, and encourage him to use those things that, that got him here, just be great where his feet is. So.
Last one, guys? Nope. All right, thanks
Christian.
Thank you.